Hello, I'm Louise Knowler. I set up Distinctive Wash Limited and we manufacture distinctive washing powder for men. In the early days, it was incredibly disheartening actually to see the Google Analytics figures and to see that where our traffic was coming from. But we launched a viral video within the first week or so of launching the business, and internationally that went colossal. We were picked up by Right This Minute, which is an American TV channel that features viral videos before they get famous. And literally overnight from that happening, we were absolutely flooded with inquiries, but they were not from the UK. They were all from overseas. And to be perfectly honest, I hadn't put a lot of time and thought into the business before launching for overseas markets. I'd considered that it would be a UK product sold to UK customers, which is why we went for our distinctly British, fully British product manufactured here and produced. And I hadn't really researched how I was actually going to fulfil products overseas. It came as a huge shock at the cost of delivery of a heavy item like washing powder. And there was an awful lot of difficulty in the early days actually setting us up to be suitable for overseas delivery. The traffic in the early days and until recent months was roughly 2/3 American to 1/3 UK, with a smattering of other countries as well actually looking at us. All the emails that I was getting for inquiries for product was from overseas. But they didn't want to pay the charges that we then worked out we needed to put on the website for overseas delivery. Because at £12 per tub delivery to the US, it wasn't a very viable proposition on a £14.99 tub of washing powder. You cannot be a British company selling to the British public on the internet unless you're a plumber in a local district. You know, for example, if you're a plumber in Marlborough dealing with properties in and around the Marlborough area, then I think that's fine. You don't need to consider being an international player. But for anybody selling gift products, anybody selling a product that they've manufactured themselves, you have to instantly be aware that if your product is online, it is being seen globally, instantly. And where your business is going to come from, I don't think we're anymore in a situation where we can afford to say, I'll wait for 2 years, I'll become an exporter after I've got good at this in the British market. If you're getting inquiries for product and you can fulfill them at a profit, you need to be doing it. And you need to be aware that in the same way that companies overseas and individuals overseas are looking at you, if you've got a good idea and you're not going to fulfill those orders internationally, somebody else will. So, you know, from that point of view, we've had to extend the trademark that I set up in the UK to other countries a lot sooner. There's been a lot more expenditure in that than I'd originally forecasted, but it's all very essential to do. When you're an internet business, you are visible to the world and you can't afford not to consider yourself an international player.